This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're going to talk about the Nitecore NB Air, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. Let's dive in. So the full name of this battery bank, just so we make sure we're talking about the right thing, is, let me look at my notes here, the Nitecore NB Air Ultra Lightweight and Slim USB-C 5000 milliamp power bank. So quite the mouthful. Sorry I did not say the whole thing in the intro, but in typical Nitecore fashion, we've got a carbon fiber plating on both sides here, on the front and the back, and then a plastic around the outside. It's very rounded around the outside, which I like. It's just more comfortable to hold in your hand than some of the other Nitecore battery banks that I've tested that are a little bit more just have hard edges, which I think looks nicer, but is not as comfortable to hold on to. But one thing to note is that when I got this, it had a sticker on it. You can kind of see the residue there, and it would be very easy to clean it. I just kind of wanted to show you guys that that's there. It just bothers me, did there really need to be a sticker on the battery bank itself? But pretty easy to clean, just something to note if that bothers you like it bothers me. So we've got a 5000 milliamp battery bank, which is going to get you, roughly a charge and a half if you just go off that number. But if you they rate the power at 3300 milliamps, which, from voltage conversions and just power loss that you're experiencing while using it. So you're getting 3,300 milliamps, which is going to charge a lot of phones once, some phones less than once, maybe some phones more than once. So you're not getting that full 5,000 milliamps, which is a little bit misleading, but pretty much all battery banks have some form of power loss. So you can look at the one you have now and you can convert it yourself, or a lot of them will also list it. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at them. So we have just one single USB-C port here. As you can see, it's the in and out charge. It is 18 watts max for both. So you're not going to get fast charging, but it does charge pretty quickly, the device itself, because 5,000 milliamps, 18 watts, it's going to get the job done pretty quickly. But you can't do pass-through charging, obviously, because you only have one port. So you can't charge this device and charge another one at the same time. You're just relying on that one single port. And we have a little power button right here. It's not an actual button. It's just you can sense your finger on there, which I kind of like. So the button isn't getting hit without you wanting to get hit and just kind of wasting the tiny bit of battery that it takes to put on those 4 LED lights, and then as you saw, it just turned off. So a very minimalist design here. As you can see, there's nothing else going on around the entire battery bank, but this does have an IPX7 rating, which is just kind of nuts to me because it's a battery bank and you can submerge it in water. Obviously, you don't want to be using it when you submerge it in water, and you don't want to submerge it in water at all anyways, but the fact that it can do that makes this a great option for hiking and other just outdoor adventures, or maybe you live in a city where it rains a lot. It's just nice to have the peace of mind that if this does get wet, or if you accidentally drop it in a river. I've accidentally dropped cameras in rivers. I've dropped my phone in lakes. It's just, I'm going to drop this in water at some point if I were to, test this for a few years. And it's just nice to have that peace of mind, even if it's in your backpack and there's a sweaty water bottle in there or something like that. It's, the temperature of the water is different than outside, and just great peace of mind. And very durable as well. I've kind of done the drop test with this thing too, and you can't even really see any of the nicks. I was dropping it on my hardwood floor and also some of the tiles in the bathroom, and it just has held up very well, in addition to the wear and tear of everyday life. So overall, very happy with the performance. Obviously, you're not getting that full 5,000 milliamps, and just the durability and the portability, which we're going to get into. So I've talked about it a little bit already, but this is one of the smallest battery banks that I've ever tested. I guess it just depends how you look at form factor and volume and stuff like that, but it's just in terms of me being able to easily transport it. In my personal ratings, this is one of the smallest ones I've tested. So there are some other ones that are similar, like the clutch charger. It's not as skinny, so this is just really easy for me to go like this. Obviously, the clutch charger goes behind your phone, but this just is perfect to fit in my hand, and I can easily put it behind my phone and charge my phone. I guess it would be down like that, because the cable would be down there, and hold it behind my phone like this. Obviously, it's not going to stick to my phone, but just a very small battery bank, and I like that. It also fits very nicely in my pocket. I've charged with the other Nitecore battery banks, like the NB10,000, and when I put both of those inside of my pocket, it's just a little bit too much, whereas with this one, I can easily do that, and it doesn't feel too out of place, and just a lot more comfortable in my pocket. And this thing comes in at 3.14 ounces, which is 89.0175 grams. So pretty lightweight as well. So in terms of portability, this is great. It just depends if you need more juice or not. If you are enjoying this video, make sure you throw a like on it, drop a comment down below about what you'd use this battery bank for, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. So instead of comparing this to another 5,000 milliamp battery bank, which is really going to have most of the same features, I'm going to bring out the Nitecore NB10,000, which is one of our most recommended rated battery bank. So as you can see, it is quite a bit bigger than the NB Air. I mean, if you just look at strictly a percentage or volume, it's probably actually not that much bigger, but this one is just so comfortable to hold in your hand like this, and it's got the rounded edges. We do have the softened corners on this one with the little rubber there, but it's just a lot bigger in your hand, and you have these harder edges. From a general user experience, I really just am a lot more comfortable holding this one. And you would obviously, the NB10000 has a lot more capacity, but you would think it would be 100% more going from 5,000 to 10,000, but it's actually not that simple. So I'm looking at my notes here to make sure I get the numbers right. So the NB10000 has a rated energy of 5,400, whereas the NB Air has, I believe it was the 3,300 I mentioned before. So going from the NB Air to the NB10000, you have a 63.64% increase. So I'm not really sure who the winner here is for this one, because you would expect it to be a 100% increase, but it's not. So I guess it just depends how much battery you need, and you're going to see loss on all the battery banks. Some people do critique Nitecore for having more loss than others, but again, that's really getting into the weeds of this. It really depends between these two what you're going to use it for, because you have the 2 ports on this one, so you can charge 2 devices at once. You're going to get a little bit faster charging out of this one as well. You can also do pass-through charging, so you can charge this device while you are charging another device. So you have a lot more functionality here, and on the smaller level, you have a button here instead of just a little touch there. So it just really depends if size is the biggest thing for you, because if size is, this is a great little battery bank, but if you need more juice or you need to charge multiple devices or pass-through charge, the NB10000 is the one for you. So there you have it, the Nitecore NB Air. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.